Hello, my name's Jonathan Porterfield of Eco Cars, and another great Nissan Leaf, the electric car to have at the moment. And this has just come off lease. It's on an 11 plate, as you can see, registered July 2011, so it's still under warranty with Citroën for the 3 years or 5 years, 60,000 miles on the hybrid system, the batteries, etc. So let me talk you around the basics. There's the charger that comes with the car. Now that will plug in to a normal 3-pin plug, and this will charge at 10 amps. It's a 3-pin plug down there, and that will charge at 10 amps, or you can get a type 2 charge cable which charges at 16 amps, or the rapid charge which charges at 70 amps. So I'll explain all that to you, but there's the boot. The rear seats drop down in a 70-30 split, parcel shelf which comes out, of course. In here we have a tyre inflation kit, sealant and pump, because there is no spare wheel. Under there's just a solid floor. Some of the batteries are installed in the rear part here as well. Great spec on these. You get a rear reversing camera. Looks lovely in black. This also has a solar panel which basically tops up the auxiliary 12-volt battery. As you can appreciate, it's raining, so I'm going to be brief on the outside. I'll get inside and show you some more details. That's the charging flap. Let me just show you that before it really starts to rain. As we open the flap at the front. Here we have 2 sockets. That's for the 10 amp from your 3-pin plug, 10 amps or 16 amps for type 2 charging, and that's your rapid charger which charges 70 amps, which are found at most motorway service stations now. So that's how we charge a Leaf. Lots of spec on these, so let's get inside. And before I do, to show you the back seats, there's a couple of carpet mats in the rear, mat pockets, no rips or tears to any of the fabric. It's very nice and clean. We have Isofix for the rear seats, electric windows all round, and I'll show you some more details in the front. It's remote locking as well, so the key in the pocket, you can lock the door by pressing the knob, press it again to unlock. It's very easy to use. Keys in my pocket, 4 electric windows, driver seat, it's very nice. No rips or tears to any of the upholstery. There's some carpet mats in the footwells, no holes to the carpet, no rips to the seat. The roof lining is fine as well. Let me get inside because I'm getting wet. So here we are inside this Nissan Leaf. So obviously it's a lot drier. Lots of features on this. The keys in my pocket. Let me start it first of all. Obviously it's an automatic gearbox. Foot on the brake. Press power. A little welcoming chime, and it is now on. It is running. We've got automatic wipers and automatic headlights facility, power steering of course, all the usual things you'd expect from a high-end luxury hatchback. We have satellite navigation, we have various different functions concerning the car, estimated range, satellite navigation as I've said, nearby stations. You can also set the charger to come on at certain times at night. You can set the climate control so the car's nice and warm in the mornings. You've got car wings, lots and lots of features, as well as a slot for your CD there as well. How neat is that? Bluetooth phone of course. All of these functions of which can be controlled from the steering wheel. We also have cruise control as well as climate. All the normal heated controls, which all can be controlled remotely from your smartphone or your PC as well, whilst it's plugged in. So many things I could talk about. Lots of information on the net, or give me a call. There's a USB port there, and also a jack socket there for your MP3 player. We have a little storage here, cubby holes, electronic handbrake, etc, etc. So you get 4 electric windows, lock all the doors, isolate the rear windows, and also power folding electric mirrors, which is a nice touch. And the roof lining, we've got glasses case, and they really are lovely places to be. Airbags galore, driver's airbag, passenger airbag, airbags in the A pillar, in the B pillar, and in the C pillar, and in the sides of the front seats. So what else can I show you? I'll show you the guaranteed miles there. 20,111 miles, and it's fully charged up as well. There's no degradation on the battery. It's not yet fully charged. This will get around about 105, 110 miles range, depending on the outside air temperature. A little bit less when it's cooler outside, but it drives like all the other Leaf that we have sold. So let me show you the rest of the documentation. So here's the V5, no previous keepers, and it was from a leasing company called Arvel, and date of registration there is the 5th of July 2011. I've just been to tax it today at the post office with a grand total of £0, so it's taxed, ready to go. You'd be down as the second keeper. As regards all the manuals, yes, they're all here, along with the locking wheel nut key for the alloy wheels. That's there, along with the original blank studs. So the locking wheel nut key is present, and everything is here that came with the car when it was new. So all the operating systems, manual for the car, manual for the sat nav, everything you need, along with the service book. A spare key is here as well, and the service book is showing the one stamp. There we go. That was done on the 10th of May 2013 at 16,000 miles, next due at 36,000 miles. So Nissan have now extended the service intervals on these cars, so it's not due a service, and it was serviced at Nissan Sandycliff in Loughborough. There's also all the paperwork here to support that it was serviced by the Nissan dealer. And again, it's repeated what was in the book, service there on the 10th of May 2013 at 16,000 miles. And I think it says in there somewhere, there we go, that's when the next service is due, the 10th of the 5th 14 or 34,000 miles. So it's not yet been needing a service. All the books are here, along with a spare key. So before I walk you around the Leaf, I'll take you for a short test drive. So welcome to the test drive. So I'm parked up, I've got my foot on the brake, the key is in my pocket. I'll press the power button. Auto wipers come on, car does a little welcome jingle. Press the lever down on the electronic handbrake, releases the brake, pull the lever back from P to D for drive, and away we go. I'll take on a bit of a longer test drive than I normally do because it was such a quick one outside the car because of the rain. It is effortless driving a Nissan Leaf. They really are great things to drive. So quiet, and that power is there instantly. A lot of people mistakenly think that the electric cars are slow. These are certainly not slow. So, driving along, I've got a speed at the top of the instrument panel, 52 miles an hour. And down on the bottom right hand side in the lower panel is my estimated, well, my actual range that's left. It's now showing 68 miles range left. Now that will fluctuate depending on the topography, basically the height of hills and the lay of the land in simple terms. So if you go up a hill, you're going to use more electricity. Not too dissimilar to running a normal conventional car. You go down the hill, you will actually gain range because you will be regenerating power back into the battery. So the range will constantly fluctuate depending on your driving style, and also depending on whether you have the heating system on as well. So what a lot of drivers do is tend to leave this plugged in overnight. When it's charged, it turns itself off, but then you can, via your smartphone, tell the car to preheat, to warm up whilst it's plugged into the mains, and then when you get in the car to go to work, you unplug the car, it is already toasty warm in here, and then you've not lost any range from the car's battery because you've charged up and heated the car via the mains electricity from your house or your office. So Nissan have really thought of everything, so you can preheat these cars, which is great. So as you can hear, it's very, very quiet. Just a faint rumble of the tyres. I'm going up a slight hill now. At any point I'm doing 37, fast track accelerate now. It really does push you into the back of your seat. The torque and the grunt of these cars is quite addictive at first. And we also have a series of dots in the middle dashboard. Now when they illuminate to the left, that means you're in regeneration mode, where you're putting miles back into the battery, so to speak. And when they light up towards the right, that's when you're drawing more electricity out of the battery pack. Speaking of which, people always ask me what happens when the battery goes flat or dead. Well, the batteries on these are made up of 88 individual modules. So should the range suddenly start to fall off, you don't have to replace all 88 modules, you just replace the faulty module that's causing the drop in range or performance. Now to date I'm yet to hear of any needing replacement, and if you were to go onto Google and type in a search and type in 78,000 mile Nissan Leaf, you will see a gentleman in the States that has done just that in 2 years. He's driven 78,000 miles, no loss in performance, no loss in range, still working the same as the day he bought it. So that's the highest mileage one I've seen on the internet, and there's plenty in the UK that have done 40,000 miles on these Generation 1, as they call them, Nissan Leaf with a 2011 plate. So no real anxiety over the batteries, and personally I think in years to come there may be some companies that will offer replacement batteries for these cars with possibly a greater range as the battery technology improves. But if your daily commute is less than 60 miles to an office and you're at an office all day, then these are great cars to own. Full charge on an overnight electricity tariff from your home will cost you about £1.80 if it needed fully charging. Of course, often you get back with 5, 10, 15 miles range left. Eventually you become quite comfortable with that, you don't have any anxiety over it, and so charge then will cost you about £1.40 because you're not actually totally flat. So in price terms, with petrol being £6.50 a gallon, this returns, if you were to put £6.50's worth of electricity into this, it'll take you about 450, 500 miles. So you're looking at 450 miles to the gallon. So that makes a lot of sense. And of course, if you're in London, congestion charge rules have changed in July of this year, 2013, which means, in simple terms, it's cars that are less than 75 grams, most of which are all electric cars. The plug-in hybrids, some of those are under 75 grams CO2, but basically Transport for London want people to own electric vehicles in order to reduce the air quality, poor air quality in London. I've just turned the demister on to clear the windscreen. That automatically puts the aircon on as well. And just demist it for a few seconds and turn it back off. So I'll just pull over. Drives exactly as it should. Doesn't pull to the left or the right. There we go. Absolute total silence. Still on. Squeeze the brake. These really are lovely things to drive. So that concludes this rather longer test drive. I'll take you now for a final but rather quick walk around this car as it is raining. So welcome back from the test drive. As you can appreciate, it is raining and I've got lots of people desperate to see this car. So the bodywork is fair. There's a few odd marks and chips to it, but nothing of any real consequence. The windscreen is chip free. The front of the car is relatively chip free as well, As I can't really explain it whilst it's raining. Let's walk around the tyres. I'd say there's a good 4mm on this front Bridgestone tyre. The discs of course are not lipped, at just 20,000 miles. Wing mirrors are fine. No dents down the side. The rear tyre, another Bridgestone, yes. And I'd say that's a good 5-6mm on the rear. Again, the rear disc is fine. Alloy wheel is fine too. No scuffs to the rear bumper. That's nice and clean. Another Bridgestone. And again another 5-6mm on the rear. Disc is fine. And looking down this side again, no marks, no dents. Wing mirror is fine too. And we have another Bridgestone with, I'd say like the other front one, perhaps 4 or 5mm on that. What I have noticed is there's a bit of a deep cut in the tyre wall there, so this tyre really does need replacing. And again, the discs are fine. So cut to the tyre. There is a little bit of polishing needed on the front, but what a smart thing. Looks very nice in black. This won't be around for long. It looks great in this colour. Nice miles, full history. And if you live in London, congestion charge exempt. I will fill in all the forms for you, so avoid that dreaded £10 a year congestion charge, and also of course save a fortune on your fuel bills. So thanks for watching, and look forward to your call. Bye bye.